comes to the ancestors and the ancient spiritual tradition and practice of venerating the ancestors, there's one question that people in this modern world don't seem to ask themselves, even though it is a very crucial question to ask themselves. You see, we are all well aware of the terror and damage that the colonizers have inflicted on so many people throughout our collective history, and the tangible effects of it all, right? The tangible effects in this physical world. But they didn't stop there. It wasn't just limited to the material level. They made it a point to also wreak havoc on a spiritual level. So the big question that should be asked more is, why is it exactly that the colonizers also put so much brute force, so much effort into stopping people from the old world, various indigenous people and the descendants and the diaspora, from the spiritual practice of venerating their ancestors? My name is Lori. I'm multifaceted and I wear many hats, so I'm called many different things. In this lifetime, I was born into an old world occult Haitian bloodline that goes back more than 1,000 years. And my lineage is filled with voodoo, shaman, priests, and priestesses. I'm not just a mambo. I am a roi personifié, an incarnated deity. I'm here to help you help yourself steer your life in the most positive direction for you. And I'm also going to help you to bridge the above and the below in perfect harmony together in order for you to best fulfill your true purpose and your destiny. And this is episode 1 of my mini-series, Return of the Ancestors. As a mambo and a roi personifié, I can interact with and speak to a whole variety, a whole bunch of different realms of existence. And I am an intermediary for both the humans who reside in this physical, mortal world, as well as for the forces who reside in the other realms of existence. From the primordial forces, the cosmic forces, the elemental forces, to the underworlds where the dead reside, to the ancestral realms, and more, you name it. Now, the reason that I just told you that is because this particular video that you are watching right now, and the mini-series that this video is a part of, I'm actually making it because the ancestors who reside in the ancestral realms and the dead who reside in the underworlds, who I mentioned just earlier, it is them, who requested me to do so. Why did they request me to do this? Well, for starters, they are very, very, very pissed. They are extremely pissed and extremely upset for a multitude of reasons, some of which I will share with you another time, when the time is right. But one of the major reasons that they are enraged is because of how their loved ones, their descendants, have been and currently are being treated by the seriously evil, corrupt individuals who, might I add, do not have the backing nor permission from the spiritual cosmic forces that shape and oversee existence itself to occupy the positions of power that they schemed their way into. Not to mention the sinister, future plans that these individuals have in store for humanity and are currently doing their very best to implement, especially now that they see that the tide has begun shifting and turning less and less in their favor. And they are starting to become very desperate, which is why they are wanting to resort to some dystopian bullcrap. No, enough is enough. The ancestors have had enough. The dead have had enough. And so the underworlds, the dead, and the ancestors have decided that they want to actively join the collective fight of the living against these malicious individuals who have been abusing the power that was never even meant to be theirs to begin with. And in doing so, not only seriously caused harm to the living, to humanity, to this planet, but their actions have now started to bleed into and disrupt other realms of existence, as well as disrupt universal balance itself. This is not the first time that the ancestors and the dead have actively joined forces with the living and fought alongside the living. The last time was 222 years ago during the Haitian Revolution, when they did so together with the Loi and Loi Personnifiée, who were also present at that time. If you've watched the first episode of my other series, Memoirs of a Loi Personnifiée, you heard me say that there are a bunch of us incarnated deities across pantheons who currently walk this earth, and that we incarnated deities, we have our part to play, but that humanity itself also has its part to play, right? As we actively restore universal balance, as well as help humanity elevate to the next level. Well, reconnecting with your ancestors, especially if your roots are in any of the ancient old world cultures, is one of the crucial things for you to do now to play your part. And now you might wonder why exactly it is so crucial for you as a descendant, diaspora, with roots in the ancient old world cultures to reconnect with your ancestors. Now, to explain that, I must first take you back to the origins of Ancestor Veneration. Ancestor Veneration is one of the oldest spiritual practices. You know, what makes it so unique is that it's so universal. It is and has been practiced by each and every kind of people, every kind of culture under the sun, from Africa to Asia, Mesopotamia, Mesoamerica, Australia, Scandinavia, Siberia, Melanesians, Polynesians, the Americas, the Caribbean, you name it, etc., etc. Literally every kind of people. And not just people, a whole variety of animals also practice ancestor veneration, paying respects to their dead in their own way. But moving on, the origin of human ancestral veneration. Why did humans all over the world start the practice of venerating their ancestors in the first place? Humans did not start ancestor veneration because another human being outside of themselves who had theories and put those theories in a book as gospel and occultly created a parasitic thought form entity to go along with that, told them to, like what happened with the Abrahamic religions and how those Abrahamic religions were all created. Now, which is a whole topic in itself, by the way, but I digress. No. The reason humans all over the world started ancestor veneration is because on a mass scale, all over the world, no matter which culture, people themselves since ancient times would have their very own first-hand experiences of the dead, their deceased loved ones, relatives, and ancestors visiting them in their dreams. It didn't matter who you was or what kind of high or low standing you had in your community and society. You also didn't have to be especially chosen like it is in the case of the Orisha, the cosmic forces, the deities. Everyone was equal in the sense that everyone could be visited in their dreams by their deceased relatives, loved ones, and their ancestors. Because everyone has them. Everyone alive has deceased loved ones, relatives, and ancestors. And when these deceased relatives and loved ones and ancestors visited their living loved ones and descendants in their dreams, they would then give them messages, warnings, guidance, prophecies, and so much more. And since the living witnessed and experienced all that the dead and the ancestors had communicated to them in their dreams, being verified and actually coming to pass in their waking life again and again and again and again, they knew it was for real, and that they needed to take this very seriously. These deceased relatives and ancestors would also communicate how they were doing in the afterlife and what their needs were in the afterlife. Whether it be needing an offering from the living of specific foods, drinks, or even clothes, etc. Because some of them complained of being cold where they were at. And the living would then exchange each of their own experiences of these dream visitations by the dead and the ancestors within their community. And thus, the practice of ancestor veneration was born. This is how it started. Now, I don't want to make this video too long, so in the next video, I will be addressing that big question of why exactly it is that the colonizers put so much effort, so much brute force into stopping people from the old world, various indigenous people as well as their descendants, the diaspora, from the ancient spiritual practice of venerating their ancestors. And I will also talk more about one of the missions that I'm on currently to reunite as many people as possible, in particular from any of the ancient old world cultures, with their ancestors, and help raise as many ancestral shrines all over the world. But that's for next time. See you in the next video.